you have to implement those using functions. Okay, let me start the like basic programs on functions. So just let me know. Can you see my screen? Wait, just a sec. Um, can you see my screen?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the blue J. Okay, so I'll just do a small program with functions. Just a second. What happened? Just do it again. Can you see this now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So adding two numbers. Okay, it's just a basic program where you have to take two numbers and to add them. So first, you know scanner, right? Scanner, scanner class.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
Suppose A is the first number, and so generally when we add two numbers, we do C is equal to A plus B, and then over here we just display the value. This is just a basic program. Now I'll just convert this program to a function program. The sum is plus C. Got it? So if you run this program, this is not function, but I'll just convert this program to a function program. See, the two numbers we input, we get the sum like this. Very easy. Okay, probably this has been the first program that you've done in class 9, isn't it? Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to take a function. So till now, whatever programs we have done in class 9 was with one function only, which is the main function. This is a function. How do you know it's a function? First of all, a function has a bracket open close here. Okay, you can have parameters here. Just a second. You can have parameters here. You have a return type which can be void, int, double, whatever. Okay, but generally we take void. So here public static void, say add, and we take int A, int B. So now we have two functions. Now what is the second function doing? What is the add function doing? It will take int, say S is equal to A plus B, and it will print the sum is plus S. Now over here we are not printing it here anymore. We'll print it inside the function. Now to print it inside the function, we have to call the function. Now calling the function is like this, int A comma B. Acha, over here let us take it as x and y so that we can differentiate between the function variable and the sorry, the calling function variable and the main function variable. Okay, so what is the concept here? So first we'll run the main function. When we run the main function, first it will take a scanner, then it will take the input for x and y, and this x and y we are calling the add function. This is the add function. See, this add function with the value x and y. So x will go and get transferred in A, and y will go to B. So the values are transferred, like it's just transfer of the values. Now these are called actual parameters. X and y are actual parameters, and these are formal parameters. We have a theory on that we'll discuss later. First, now just know that x goes to A and y goes to B. And over here in this function, in this is the function block. Block means the area of the function, the scope of the function. Now inside the scope of the function, it cannot recognize x and y, because x and y are the local variables of this function, okay, of the main function. So x goes and gets transferred to A, and y is passed in B. So s is equal to A plus B. Now we get the value of s, we add the values of A and B, and we print it over here. But over here we are calling it, see this add function, we're calling it, and it has to be the same name. I mean, it has to be identical. Like you cannot write capital A over there and you're calling with small letter. No. So over here we'll just run the main function. In the main function, the output will be same. Output is same as the previous one. But over here you are using functions. Now this is a function which is not returning any value. It's returning void. Now there are functions where you return values also. Now I'll just tell you what are the benefits of doing function. Why did we do this? We could have done it in the same way as you learned it in class 9, isn't it? Doing the addition part over here and not defining the function. But over here it has some benefits. What? Like this is a function that you can call with any two values of A and B. Like if suppose you have a program where multiple times you have to add two numbers. Instead of writing this whole code again and again, you can call this function to do that. Let's say we take A and we add and we take 45, 67. So what happens here, we are calling add function with xy first, and then we are calling the add function with 45 and 67. Now if you run it, see it's 20, see these are the first two x and y, and then 35 and 112. Now this 112 is coming from where? It's the second time when you're calling it with two different separate values. So it's happening. So see, you have defined it once, but you are calling it multiple times. You can call it once more with, let's say, 1 and 46. Okay, this will give the answer for 1 and 46 along with the other two. See this one, the sum is this and this. So this 62 is for 56 and 6, and these two are for the other two values that we are calling it. Got it? Is it clear? So what did you learn from this? Because we can define it once, we can define a function once, and we can call it from the calling function, we can call it like n number of times. Okay, suppose if over here this add function has just two lines. Okay, suppose you have a bigger program which has like 10 lines inside the function, which let's say you check whether the number is prime or not. So prime has, you have to write quite a few lines for checking whether a number is prime, right? So let's say in the main function, you have to check whether a number is prime or not multiple times. So if you don't use functions, you have to define that part of the code, like checking for prime, multiple times. Let's say you want to call it 10 times. So 10 times you have to write that, right? The prime code. So instead of that, if you just define it as a function here, so you can call it as many number of times you want over here. So it has been defined, you have to write it only once, and you can call it multiple times. Now that's the benefit of using functions. Clear? Any doubts here?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Now, there's another form of function. I'll just show you with this one only. Another function, form of function. I don't know whether you've done it in school or not, which is the return type. Have you heard anything about return type? So
Yeah,
return.
we've done it in.
All right. So in return type, what happens? You put a return type here. So s is equal to a plus b. Now you have to return the value. Instead of printing the value inside the function, we return it. Return it as in we throw it out. Wait, return s. Acha. First thing, the return type has to match with this variable's data type. Okay, what is the data type of s? It is int. And what is the return type for add? It's int. So it has to match. Suppose you put double over here and you're returning an integer value, that won't work. Okay, if the s is defined as double or float, so you have to change this one to float if you are if you are sure that you're returning that variable. Okay, now how does it work in the program? Now here I'm just removing these two initially. So sum is equal to add of x and y. Now hmm, here what's happening, you are inputting the values here x and y, you're passing it to the add function. Now this add function will throw out a value because it's not printing it over here, it will return the value. It return the value means it will throw the value outside. I mean, and that value is caught by some variable. Again, this some variable that I've taken must have the same data type as the return type of this function. Okay, so it comes here int sum is equals to add of x comma y, and then we print the value of sum here. Is it clear? So this is how it works. And now I'll just run the program. Say 34 and 46. So 34 and 46 is 80. The output is same. I mean, there's no difference in the output of the previous one and this one, but the mechanism of working is different. Got it? So this is how it works. Um, any questions, like anything like you want to ask? Okay, so I'll just give you one program. You just do it in a copy and you can send it to me on WhatsApp, which is right now. If you have a copy, um, write a program to input the length and breadth of a rectangle. Input the length and breadth of a rectangle and find its area and perimeter. And find its area and perimeter. Try and do this. Like for area you have to take a function, and for perimeter you have to take another function, and the main function will take the input for length and breadth. Just try. Okay, done.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, just send it to me. You have my number.
Oh, no, I don't.
Just write it
Mm,
down. It's 933 120 1209. 933 120 1209. Just send it to me on WhatsApp. Oh, yeah. Yes, I got the thing. Now see, public void. First of all, if you are taking static in the main function, you have to take static in the other functions as well. Okay. So next is
just a second, my phone glitching.
sorry. Uh, can you hear me? Hello. Yes. Can you hear me, Manan? Hello. 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 Uh, yes, Manan. Can you hear me? Hello. Uh, Hi Manan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what I was saying, your program that you've sent me, that there are quite a few errors. Errors as in, wait, I'll just show you. Can you see my screen? First of all, main function is fine. Main function, there's no error in the main function. I'm just writing the other two functions. See, public, static, because main function is static. So from a static, function, you can call only static functions. Public static, over here it will be void because you are not returning any value. So it will be void and int cannot be together. If you are returning a value, it has to be mentioned with a data type, int, double, or whatever. And if you are not returning anything, you cannot specify a data type over here. So area, and then you have taken x comma y, which will be int x comma int y. It has to be defined here. All right. So next line, c is equals to a into b. Yeah, rest is fine. I mean, the body of the loop, body of the function is okay. So these are the errors that you have to face when you execute the program. The same for perimeter as well. Now you can use the same variables in the perimeter function also. Okay. So and one more thing, the names of the variables. Okay. Even I did A, B, C, D like that just to show you how it works. But the variable name should always be relevant to its use. Okay. So over here we will write len breadth. Okay. Int AR. Why AR? Because area you've already taken as the function name. So over here len into breadth, like this. Okay, always try and keep the variable names relevant to its use. All right, next. Next program, write a program to input two numbers, input two numbers, and print which one is the greatest or the largest, which one is the largest. And if both are same, you have to print, I mean both are equal. Okay, then if else program, do it with function. The input will be taken inside the main function, and there will be a check function which will display the largest among the two. Yeah, let's try.
I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, sorry, I was muted. Uh, can you see my screen now? Yeah. So over here, the function is check. So whenever you're using two variables for if else, try and do it using else if. Okay. So here you have two variables, int a and int b. So we do it this way. See, if a is greater than b, then
So I use else if only. I wrote if by mistake.
okay. So you know how to do it, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Is largest else and over else if b is greater than a, then largest else. Right. So if you just have one line inside the if or else, you don't put the brackets. Even if you put brackets, it's fine, but you don't have to put brackets for one line. If you have multiple lines inside if or else, then you can put brackets. Okay, now the same program, I just want to see whether you can do it or not. You can put three numbers and find the largest. You can put three numbers and find the largest. Just do the function. I know you can do the main function. Just this function you can just do it and send it to me. Yes, it's right. Hmm. Yes, it's right. Next one is you have to input the three sides of a triangle and check whether it's an equilateral triangle or not. Again, just do the check function. Just do the check.
I just have to check for if it is the equilateral triangle or
Yes.
not, or all types.
All types. Okay, do it for all types. Like all types means three types: equilateral, scalene, and isosceles. Yes, this is right. And now, if I just ask you to check whether it's an isosceles triangle or not, just isosceles. So how will you do it? Just isosceles. It's an isosceles triangle, else it's not an isosceles triangle. Like that. And the same thing, if you have to do it using one statement, one if else, not with nested, with one if else, how will you do it? Just one if and one else.
Right.
Yeah. No idea? Wait, I'll do it. Can you see my screen? Look, if A double equals to B and A not equals to C, this is one of the conditions, isn't it? Put it in brackets. Or then A double equals to C and A not equals to B. This is another. And C double equals to A and C not equals to B. That's one more. Yeah, understood. A, B, and C you have to take here. Okay. Next, with a return type, one with a return type, you have to input three numbers and you have to, um, I mean, return the largest number. You input three numbers and to return the largest number. Try this with int return type. Over here, instead of void, will be int.
I write the whole program or just the function?
Just the function. And function and the, I mean, how to call it. Like, you don't have to write the main function. Like, when it returns, you have to take it in a variable. No? Just that, mention that part.
So if I like in after writing the if, did I click return after every condition? Uh, so you're muted, I think.
Sorry. Uh, After, instead of printing, just return the value.
So we'll just write return after each
Yeah,
condition.
yeah. After each if, you have to return a value. Yes. Uh, the the main function where you call the thing, the function is right. The function that you have defined, the check function, is perfect. Now, wait. Look, in the main function, you just have to write. First, you have to take the values for. Oh, you've taken A, B, and C. This is inside the main function. I'm not mentioned the main function here. So these are the three values that you take as input. Input. Then int max is equal to check of A, comma B, comma C. So here after that SOPLN you have to write means the whole thing system.out.println, the largest number is max. You get it? You cannot just call the function without a variable because whatever as I said, whatever it throws out has to be taken inside a variable and then you have to print it. All right. Okay. So this is it. And functions, there are the other programs also like prime number, palindrome number, largest digit in a number, all that you have to do with functions. All right. And there are some programs on object oriented approach also where you create an object and then call the function. That we'll do if you join classes, then we can discuss this. All right. Okay. Chalo then. See you then. Bye.